To do is that we're going to stay with the top story, and this is the virus scare has now clearly reached Europe. Indian IT companies have large exposure in Europe. When I say exposure, not business exposure, but manpower exposure. They have on-site businesses, and on-site is simple, which is where your workforce is working on certain projects which are on the site of the client. Mastek has a large exposure in Europe, and how are they really combating this entire virus spread in Europe? So let's discuss that. We've got with us Mr. Abhishek, right? Abhishek Singh joins us now from Mastek to take things forward. Abhishek, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Last time when we spoke, you had expressed confidence on growth rebound in UK market in Q4. But given that virus has hit Europe now, could that have an impact on your business?
Our estimates are still in line, and we believe that all the cues are working towards a northward trajectory in the business. Major market UK has shown that post-Brexit the decision making has come back, and as a result we are experiencing some order flows in our direction. So I'd like to maintain that the northward trajectory estimates that we had is here to stay. Having said that, NHS and coronavirus related issues, that's more on the consumption side, on the citizens of UK that needs patient care if coronavirus was to spread. And to that extent, the IT services budget or the IT initiatives, the directional conversation doesn't change. So at this point, we are not seeing NHS budget moving either ways because of coronavirus, at least for the space that we address.
And has the virus hit sales and marketing activities of the company? How has this impacted your workforce, especially the ones working on-site?
So, in our business, there are large delivery centers, especially offshore, and onshore it's fairly a scattered workforce, mostly operating out of customer locations. So to that extent, we have been fortunate and we haven't come across a situation where either of our centers or customer locations have had any experience. That said, we have been very proactive about it, and we have upped the awareness quotient. We have upped the enablement quotient where people know what they need to do, how they are responding if they had any symptoms, even unrelated, and how they have to respond. We have facilitated remote working and even working very closely with our customers in case of such eventuality impacting their organization. How could we move the work from one location to another without impacting their business or ours? So we have been in the prep to kind of handle any situation coming out of it. But till now, we've been fortunate.
Now, the retail vertical was already facing pressure. So does the virus attack further delay recovery as people avoid malls, etc.?
There sure is some impact on that side of the business. And clearly there is a slowdown that you can see. However, the reasons are relatively different both for UK and US market. In case of UK, it's getting clearer for the retailers on what the post-Brexit world would look like. And to that extent, they are starting to take some decisions. However, the downstream retail consumption slows down, then it does have an impact on their budget. And in case of US, it clearly has, independent of coronavirus, it definitely has some recovery lag, so to speak.
Right. Your order backlog in the third quarter was about at a 10-quarter low and was down almost 30% on a sequential basis. Largely, I guess, artificially deflated because of Brexit. In January, you've seen orders coming back, but how has been the experience since the outbreak of the coronavirus? Has there been a significant drop?
Actually not. I mean, in January, once the Brexit-related challenges were out of the door, we did experience a good climb back, and to that extent, we saw the trajectory maintained in February as well. So I would say that till date, we haven't really had any impact, and would like to believe that it should have an immediate future for the business to continue the trajectory.
Right. So what does all this mean for your margin trajectory, and can you still defend that 13 to 14% range?
Yeah, we'd like to believe everything that we had done in the business in the calendar year 19 had reflected in the Q3 margins, and we'd like to believe that it's on a sound footing. And as the business grows, you'll see some more leveraging of fixed cost and some investments coming our way. So we are confident about our margins.
You recently acquired Evosys. How is that likely to drive growth in the near term?
See, Evosys is an Oracle EBS ERP, SCM, and HCM implementation space. And it's the change agent, it's the catalyst which drives the cloud implementation. It's our cloud implementation engine as well. So they have been amply recognized both by Oracle as well as by the end customers as they are the platinum certified partners and very respected for what they bring on table. The customer acquisition engine for that business is very, very strong, and that gives us warm leads to sell our core services into. So we are clearly working on the strategy of how do we bring in the cross-sell and how do we jointly go to the market to have a larger share of wallet and not just the platform implementation that Eversys is known for.
Okay, and with the coronavirus hit, what does that really do for the outlook for FY21? Has that changed?
We endeavor to grow in double digit. We like to get back to growth. Calendar year 19, fiscal 20 was in many ways flat for us, driven by Brexit, driven by everything that was happening in the retail space in US. So we expect to get back into growth trajectory, and we endeavor to have a double digit growth, corona or otherwise.
Okay, good to have you on the show. Thanks much for highlighting what the state of things are at Mastek currently.